Hey everybody, thank you for watching Liberian TV Network. My name is Jefferson. The person I'm interviewing today, I know her very well, so I'm a little bit nervous. She's a doctor. And one thing I can say though, she used to teach at the school that the college that that I first attended when I came. So this is why I'm a little bit nervous because it's like she will keep her eyes on me.
In the district.
Yeah, I know you're gonna keep your eyes on me, so I have to really compose myself, behave.
Yeah, listen.
How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much. And thank you so much for having me on your live
All right.
broadcast. This is an honor. I
So
appreciate it.
I know the name Dr. Rivers, but she's Diane Rivers Senghor. Please say it better. Oh, I'm messing
Diana.
already.
Diana.
Diana.
Yeah.
Diana. All right. So let me reset the clock. I know a lot of you know that on Liberian TV network we always interview people, Liberians, mostly Liberian home and abroad. Um, Today I want to do something a little bit different. A lot of us. I always encourage people to go back to Africa and make the difference. And so seeing somebody, my friend Diana, she's African American who decided to go to Africa and settle there. She moved there 100%. We are gonna talk about that today. But anyway, before we get into that, I want to say this lady you are seeing, she's a very, very smart lady. In Liberia, we say she
Smarter
did
than
not eat her school fee with donut. She actually never ate her school fee with donut. She worked hard. She got two doctor degrees. I mean, when you mean doctor, not medical doctor, but she got two doctor degree. That's how smart this lady is. And we know each other very well. Like I was saying earlier, she's a professor at the school that the college that I went to when I first came here. So, would you like to introduce yourself? I don't want to say too much. Sometimes I talk too much. I need to.
Well, hello, audience. My name is Dr. Diana Rivers Senghor. And like Mr. Jefferson said, we met long time ago, and he did go to one of the schools in our district that I taught at for about 15 and a half years. Um, I've lived in Africa several times in Senegal, the Congo, which was Zaire the time I lived there, and Cote d'Ivoire. And I visited Ghana. Never visited Liberia though, but I have affiliations with your country though.
Nice.
So um, it's about it.
Yeah. One
Oh,
of
and
the
my
things,
doctorate degrees are in metaphysical science and theocentric psychology. Yeah.
yeah. One of the thing I want to ask though, when I was in Liberia, you just feel that when you come here, many people will know a lot about Africa or even Liberia, Sierra Leone, because those places have a lot of connection with African American. But when I came here, it was a little bit different. Someone like you went to Africa, so you knew about Africa. Other people that I met, they knew about Africa. But there are some people that didn't know a lot about Africa. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, and not about Africa in general, but places like Liberia or Cote d'Ivoire or the area, those countries, those little countries. Why really encourage you to go there? How did you really get? Why? What really triggered that?
Well, my first introduction to the continent was through my first husband, who is from Senegal. And so we went there to visit his family, and I was so astounded how beautiful it was, and I just felt deep connection to it when I went there. And most of all, wow, the people look like me
Yeah,
because I'm dark, and uh, the black people own the businesses. So I was only in my 20s. So, I was very naive. So this really impressed me. And I
yeah,
really had a good time of seeing both sides of uh, two sides of the world. You know,
Yeah.
you live in the city of Dakar, but then you go to the villages.
That's the part too
Um,
that people, when I first came here, the stereotype. Yeah, it was more
yeah,
about,
and oh,
yeah,
and I also went to the Gambia because
yeah.
the single family has family in the Gambia, and there I was left in the village for 10 days
Hmm.
because I was crying and I didn't want to
A
be
little
left alone
American
in the
girl.
city.
Imagine that.
So my husband left me in the village for 10 days. And I have to say, it was one of my most fabulous experiences ever.
Hmm.
It was wonderful.
So when you're talking about your husband, the guy from Senegal, right? The Senghor. And
Senghor.
Senghor. And somebody may recognize this name. They might be thinking, okay, I know that there's a family that have to do with the political side of Senegal. Do you want to say something about that? You can always,
Oh, well,
you
I
can,
was married to one of President Senghor's sons. I won't
okay.
mention the name, but I was married to for about
So,
10 years. I was married to one of the president's sons of Senegal. And, I I think Leopold Senghor is a person to be admired and taken seriously. His legacy is should be and is phenomenal because
yeah.
he was a brilliant guy and his work in poetry and all that was just
Yeah.
astounding.
For,
So
for, for
yeah.
some people that just coming on, how did you two meet?
Well, actually, he was studying here in California to be a pilot,
Mm-hmm.
and one of his friends that was close to him saw me in a restaurant that I was managing
Wow.
and went back and told him, and he came and introduced himself and chased me for a few months before
Yeah.
I would go out with him because it was my first experience with Africa
Yeah.
up close and personal.
Yeah.
I'd never met an African in my life and
Wow.
I didn't know anything about Africa
Were
at
you,
the time.
hold on, were you in California, Orange County? Because I know that time it was
No, actually, I was in Santa Monica.
you okay. Wow.
I
Yeah.
was
I
in Santa Monica.
yeah.
So, it went from there to the dating and then,
Yeah.
getting married and, living life,
Yeah.
and
I don't
learning a lot about Africa. And
yeah.
now, I know quite a bit about it and I love it.
How did you leave from Senegal to Ivory Coast?
I can't hear you.
How did you leave from Senegal to Ivory Coast?
I, oh, because I had friends here in the United States that went to Stanford University and they well, I met lots of Africans after that. You get in a community and you meet lots. So I was, impressed with a lot of the uh Africans that were here, men and women. And they invited me to come visit their countries and stuff. So I did. The
Yeah.
ones that I could.
Yeah. The question is not to put you on the spot, though. It's not to put you on the spot. You don't have to answer it. But while you were there, what did you know about Liberia? Like I was saying, Liberia,
Okay, I
African
think
American Connection.
Jefferson, your
Yeah,
mic went down. I can't hardly hear you.
really. So I said, why? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Okay, she'll be right back. You guys keep watching. She'll be right back. And today I have the reason I'm interviewing my friend here is because she's one of those people who left the United States, left everything behind, and went to Africa and to live there. A lot of people here they know that how they know there are people who went to Liberia or other African countries, and always say that it's very difficult living there, but she went there. She was there before. Then the war came in Africa. She decided to leave and come to the U.S. One of the reasons I'm trying to do this is to
okay.
encourage. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
It's to encourage people to go to Africa, do something there. Get get to experience that life. Don't go there with a big expectation. Don't go there with the same life experience you have it. But I think it's up to you to really, to really educate people about that. One thing I want to say though, you were in Africa Coast before, and then you decided to go back again. What was your experience the first time?
My experience the first time was started out a little rough
Mm,
because of my experience here in the United States that led me
yeah.
to Cote d'Ivoire. But in the end, it was the most magical trip I've ever taken. I opened up a language institute there
Mm,
that lasted for over 25 years.
wow.
And it was very, very successful. And this is my connection to Liberia because several of my teachers that I hired were Liberian.
Mm,
So I
yeah.
worked with a lot of them, and they told me a lot about their country and everything. Um, and the reason why I never went over there because that was back in a time when there was a little disruption in Liberia. It
Yeah,
was
the
still
Civil
getting
War.
it was getting its footing,
Yeah,
and which every country goes through.
yeah,
We've had our civil war in America. So, but yeah, but the Liberians that I met were, I had a good time with, and they did very, very good things to help me have a successful business.
yeah. So
Yes.
between all the Liberians you met and me, who is nicer?
Of course you are. Of course.
I'm just joking.
You are the nicest.
Oh my, I'm just joking. I intentionally asked that question. I had to. Do you have any intention? I know you are in Ivory Coast. You got so much going on. You are planning good things there.
Yeah.
Um, do you have any intention of going to Liberia?
Well, maybe if you come and visit me and I'll go over there with you, take a
Yeah,
visit,
absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Because
telling my sister, I was telling my sister Patricia, who, if I go to, when I go to Liberia, she will be my tour guide in Liberia and other places in Africa, because she knows Africa very well. She visits
okay.
our families there. And
Yeah.
so I was telling her, I said, I have a friend, somebody that I know in the US. We used to, she used to live in the same county that I live in here. She moved to Ivory Coast. And when I go to Liberia, I'm gonna go to Abidjan. We will hang out with her. She was like, I can't wait. Let's take a road
Yeah.
trip there. I said, no,
Yeah.
maybe we might fly there, but either way, I'm gonna go to her. So yeah, I look forward to that for sure.
Well, I look forward to your
Yeah,
visit.
yeah. And my other YouTube channel is more about going to different countries, going to different
Mhm.
places, and experiencing different culture. So when I go to Africa, I'm not just gonna stay in Liberia. I'm gonna go to different places to show people how the places look. But anyway, back to our back to
Mhm.
what we were saying. You said, I think you had a business there. Why encourage you to start business in Africa?
Well, when I after I would lived in the Ivory Coast for about 6 months, a friend of mine told me to go down and apply for this job,
Mm,
teaching English. And I told him, well, I don't really teach. I'm a banker. At that time, teaching was my passion, but I hadn't yet started that career.
yeah,
You know, but I did, and I got the job, and I taught there for about 6 months,
yeah,
and I watched and observed, the workings of the little institute, and then I figured I could do one. It's a private school,
yeah,
so I investigated and researched for about 8 months and did all the work, and then I launched what was called Ambiz in Cote d'Ivoire,
yeah.
and
This so yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you ended. Sorry. This is
so,
our friend, my friend's showcase of Liberia. She is very supportive Liberian who try to go to different places, showcasing Liberia. This
mhm.
this girl, she's very serious in everything. One of the problem that people have about Liberia in Liberia is that sometimes people think people are not consistent when they start something they don't continue. But this
Hmm.
she has been very something. So whenever she is on my show, watching my show, she's a big fan of our show. So we became a big fan of her too. So whenever she comments, I just like to put that out there to encourage others to continue to do what they do. But anyway, one of the questions, huh?
It's That's great because I mean, in the business in the world of business, only 95% of businesses even succeed.
Yeah,
So it takes a lot of work. It takes determination
yeah,
and patience
yeah,
because sometimes it could take up to 5 years for a business to really take off,
yeah,
depending on what type of business it is.
yeah,
So if you're in a rush and you don't have the patience, whatever, I wouldn't advise getting in business because it's not easy. It's a
yeah,
lot of work, a
yeah,
lot of hours, and
yeah.
But if you do it, it's a fabulous journey.
Yeah. Yeah, she said, "How you guys doing? Happy Sunday." So happy Sunday
Yeah.
showcase.
Happy Sunday to you too.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you too, showcase. I mean, I can't wait to come to Liberia to hang out with you. You're like a little sister to me. So we will all hang out and see what's up. But oh, you wanted to read a comment? You can read it.
Oh, it's okay. I was just
She called me
uh,
her big brother. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, but she's like a little sister to me too. I tell everybody about her, like, oh, this girl, the person is very consistent. She's like a little sister. But anyway, one of the things that I wanted to ask you, how was it doing business in Africa?
Well, I found it to be, if I shared my interests and accepted help from, my brothers and sisters in my zone,
Mm-hmm.
it turned out really well. I mean, I think Africa gave me a chance to do something that um, was successful, mainly because they don't make it as hard on you as it is in the United States.
Yeah,
Not to say it's negative. It's just
yeah,
there's so many people in America. There's a lot of loopholes you have to go through,
yeah,
and I'm saying I didn't go through a lot in the Ivy Coast, but it's not as you know hard. It was easier road to go down, but it was a lot of work. It's a
yeah,
lot of work. Um, and I, it was for me, my experience with that journey it was a divine journey.
yeah,
It was, it was part of my life experience that was meant to be.
yeah,
I don't know how to. It was very magical for me when
yeah,
it was said and done. It was a very magical and exciting, experience, and I'm happy that I was able to do it
yeah,
in um, on the continent,
yeah.
you know, and in Cote d'Ivoire. You know,
Well, I'm gonna try to. I'll try my best to answer this person. This person say, "Hello, everyone. Who is that woman?" Well, this is Dr. Senghor. And if I pronounce it wrong, you can always correct me. You
that's
know
right.
me, I'm always open to those stuff. But she has two doctor degree. That's what I'm saying. When I'm saying doctor, she actually doctor, two doctor degrees. She used to live in the U.S. here. She moved to Africa, Ivory Coast, and then there was civil war there, and then she decided to come back, and recently she retired and decided to go back to Ivory Coast again. But
Hmm.
this lady, she was not just there. She had businesses there. She employed people. She employed Liberian, our own Liberian brothers, our
Hmm.
teachers. And so this is somebody who is making a difference. When we talk about people should go back to Liberia, people should go back to Africa to change the African continent. This is somebody who is making a difference. This is why I decided to interview her. But besides that too, she really inspired me too. Um, when I first came here to this country, she was professor at the school that I attended, one of the branch, um, one of the branches or branch. Yeah, she actually she was professor there, and we got to know each other. And when I go to Liberia, of course I'm going to Abidjan. So I'm very excited to be talking to her, but it's not just about the friendship. It's more about going back to Africa and making a difference. Many people here, they just feel like, oh man, Africa is dirty. Africa is this. They don't want to go back. So I hope I answer your question, Morris. Um, anyway, you want to add to that? Who is this lady? Who is the woman? Mhm. Abidjan. Somebody asked me, oh wow, which part of Ivory Coast is she living? I will be visiting Ivory Coast soon. Hope to meet her. Yeah, Showcase of Liberia. Just let me know. I can connect you too. And my friend, she's a very, very good friend. And you've been doing a great job in Liberia. I'm sure that you guys can connect. Showcase is very supportive. She's supportive of people, so it's one of the most amazing things. How was it the first time you left the United States, leaving all these things that you have here? I know I've been living here for a long time now, and I know how it is. You can turn your light on, and it can stay on the whole time, or you can burn your water the whole time as long you're willing to pay your utility bills. How, yeah, how was it leaving, going to Africa? When people see Africa, it's a little bit different.
Well, I live in Abidjan to answer your showcase's question. I
Yeah.
live in the business capital of Cote d'Ivoire, which is Abidjan, and I live in the quartier Riviera.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, it's a city. It's fantastic. I mean, I can run my water as long as I want to,
Oh,
and I pay my water bill, and I can, I have Wi-Fi. Like it's just like living here. I mean, come on.
so you
It's
don't have issue with
Africa is
you don't have
civilized.
issue with electricity and stuff.
Do what?
You don't have issue with electricity and stuff.
No more than, I mean, we have brownouts and blackouts in America, but there we have blackouts every now and then, but that's to be normal. That's a global phenomenon, you
Yeah,
know. It's not an African phenomenon, it's a
yeah,
global phenomenon. We have brownouts and blackouts in America,
yeah,
in our large country.
yeah.
And I've experienced it in California because we're earthquake state. I grew up in California, but I love living in Cote d'Ivoire. It's a growing city. It's grown, but because of their little civil war, things got backtracked a little. So they're really prospering right now and growing, and it's a great place for me. I'm
Yeah.
personally talking about me to live. I love
Yeah.
it. You know.
Yeah. Showcase is saying, okay, great. I want to come and make some videos there. Well, I'm sure my friend and Diana will really be happy to meet, you, especially the fact that you have Jefferson connection. I'm
Yeah.
a friend. I try to behave, but I said some silly thing and she always try to correct me. So we all know that. But
Sometimes you do wonderful in English, but
thank you.
I can give you permission to send Showcase my email address,
Absolutely. Yeah, I will. And
and then she
Showcase.
can contact me.
Yeah, Showcase is one of those people that I want to. I think she misspelled your name a little bit, but just yeah, I will send her the email and you guys can connect, and I will send your right name to her. Yeah, but I think she said, and so and also see the place because I was born in Ivory Coast,
Oh,
Diana, during the war. She was born during the war in Liberia. I
oh,
think during the war in Liberia, many refugees went to Ivory Coast, Liberian refugee, and
oh,
so she was born there.
okay.
Um, yeah, so but I will connect you too, and I think it'll be great. This girl, she really have the heart for Liberia and other African countries. She's very supportive. So it's one of the reasons I'm not the only person that is big that her fan, but there are a lot of other people that become a fan. She's Liberian YouTuber too. She posts videos on Liberia. I don't consider her YouTuber, but she's somebody who showcases in Liberia in general. So it'd be great for you to be hanging, for you two to be hanging out. You are the two-time doctor, and she's the celebrity, Liberian celebrity. It'll be very interesting. I can't wait to see the. Maybe when I come to Liberia, we all can go together. Or if she go there before me, that would be
That
great
would
too.
be nice.
Yeah. But
Well,
anyway,
I'll be back in the Ivory Coast on the 2nd of February.
yeah.
God
Um,
will.
What do you have to tell Africans living in the U.S. or other places, and in African American in general, blacks in general, about going to Africa?
Well, I think that anyone that likes to travel or would love to travel, I think that they should give Africa the opportunity. And when we say Africa, we have to be a little more specific
Yeah,
because, see, that's why most Americans don't know much about Africa because we say Africa when Africa is composed of 54 nations,
yeah,
you know. And I have yet to visit, probably a percentage, but I've only visited percent 1% of that,
I tell you,
you
the
know.
woman is smart though. That's why doing simple English. The woman is smart. She know the
So,
percentage.
we should, when we speak of Africa, say Africa, but always specify a nation, because I've lived in three of the nations on the continent and visited three more. So about
Yeah,
six African nations I've visited. And I think that, when I went there for the first time, like I told you, when I was in my 20s and I was excited and I dropped down in Senegal, one of the thoughts that came in my mind was I'd like to scoop up all Black Americans and drop them in Africa for like a week and let them just get a taste of it and then bring them back. And I'm sure that most of their lives would have taken a new direction and they would
yeah,
have looked at themselves a whole lot different and, maybe been, more successful or, less violent or whatever else, any negative things that we have as being Black Americans, because I don't call myself African American, sorry. And the reason, I'll say the reason is because um, we are mixed here in America. The blacks, I mean, if you go down south in the southern part of the United States, yes, you probably could find a lot of blacks that they're not mixed, but most are because my father is half Indian,
mm,
and one of my grandmothers is French, so we're like really mixed. And so I consider myself a Black American, not to be negative toward with African descent,
yeah,
mixed in,
yeah,
you know. So it's just out of respect,
yeah,
that I do that
yeah,
for myself. But I really appreciate the love and the attention and some quirky things in Africa, because I
You
mean
say
it's
somewhat.
quirky things,
Oh, okay.
things because like now, my landlord, for instance, now calls me the American behind, when I'm leaving or I do something, she says the American, So I'm still labeled,
Yeah.
I'm not African, and they make me understand that and remind me that you're not African, you're American.
Is that when you do something wrong or just
No,
generally?
no, you know, uh, no, or you do something different because we're all
Okay.
different. You
Yeah.
see, you're all different. When you do something that's not with normally in the culture,
Yeah.
you know.
One thing, Showcase, I know you're watching right now. Showcase, email me at that email address, liberiantv at gmail. It's not Liberian. I know sometimes people try to email me and they don't realize that it's Liberian TV. Then they want to say Liberian TV Network. So, Showcase, please email me. I want to interview you. I want to bring you on the live show so we can talk like I'm talking to my friend here. I've been trying to do that, but the first time I emailed you, the email went the wrong email address. That was my fault. Maybe I didn't. I should have asked you first to send me the right email. I did that with my friend here today. I sent her the wrong email, and I've been so busy because the Super Bowl is in California. I don't know what I told you. I'm working at the Super
But
Bowl.
it's in February.
Yeah, it's in February, but we are. You know, one of the things when you're working production and media, you prepared long before everybody walked in to see the show already there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when people are watching, they just feel that, oh, wow, it's amazing. They just think that the same day or the same hour it gets set up, but we take long time of preparation, 2 3 weeks of preparation, especially show like Super Bowl. media and productions. You got to be ready. You got to really like I work like weeks ahead of time. So I'm supposed to be working there, and so it's a lot back and forward thing, and my position, all of these things we are working on. So it's just like that. But anyway, it's not about me today. It's about my friend here, the doctor, the person that I have a lot of respect for. I know for
Thank
me, I
you.
always say this on the show, like on my live show, that I always respect females that go out there and make something of themselves in a good
And
way.
we
She,
and we respect the
yeah, thank you. It's up
males
to you
who are
female to
working
say that.
hard.
It will be something else if I'm saying I respect the man. You're like, okay, how about us? So I'd rather say that to you, and you can say it to me. Then we are talking, we are communicating. But yeah, the first time you made a decision to go to Africa, how did you feel about it? What was the really like thinking
Well, I have to. The first time I went to Africa to live, you mean?
to live there? Yeah,
Yeah, on my own. The first time I went to live, it was because things were not going well here, and I'd been uh, to Senegal and lived there, and but my choice was to go to Cote d'Ivoire,
mm,
and
yeah,
I did, and it was a great move for me,
yeah,
and the choice was it was made easy by the circumstances that were happening in my life at the time. So,
yeah,
but it's not an easy move for anyone to move from to uproot and move from one continent to
yeah,
another, but it's possible, you know, and I did it and I've done it a couple times, you know. So, and this time it is turning out to be a very good adventure, you know,
yeah,
and teaching English there and for companies. And I'm getting ready, since I do have my second doctorate in psychology, I'm getting ready to open up a little office and do empowerment life coaching,
yeah,
for the youth, you
yeah.
know. So that's a new adventure that I'm about to begin in February. And I'm beginning March, set it up in February, beginning
Yeah.
in March.
It's a
So,
yeah,
Africa's a nice place for me, for opportunities.
yeah. Somebody will say that, the first time you were there, maybe you set up there and the war came and you left the country. You left Cote
That's
d'Ivoire.
not why I left
Okay.
personally.
All right. Yeah.
I left because my few years before well, it was quite a bit of years because I mean, the Civil War happened little by little by little by little. And in 2011, it was the big thing. But
Yeah.
I left in the mid 90s because my father got sick.
Oh,
And
okay.
my mother called and said, "You need to come home and help me with your dad,
Yeah.
with my other siblings." So that's the reason why I left.
Yeah.
But it was, I guess you could say, good timing because the country was going in a direction that, you know. So I had to put my school under management, which was with Liberians.
Mm-hmm.
I had
Oh,
a couple of Liberian managers during my absence, and um,
yeah.
and one from Sierra Leone in the end. But yeah, and then I sold the school in 2018. So it lasted a long time. It
Yeah.
was 28 years.
Yeah.
From 1993 to 2018, and it still is in existence.
Yeah.
It's just owned by someone else.
Yeah.
So I think
Are you getting any kind of royalty? I'm just saying.
I got what I needed out of it.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
thing I must say though, it's a different thing when you say, what, I worked my entire life. I, been working and retire. Maybe it's time that I just relax and enjoy myself. I'm going to Africa. I'm gonna relax and enjoy myself, and not do anything else. And it's another thing to say, you know what, I'm going to start businesses because I know I own my own businesses here and something business here. And I know when you're working for yourself, it's a lot of time you put in. You put 24/7 into even more a day into that.
Yeah.
It's like, so for you, someone who retired, who's supposed to be relaxed and enjoying yourself, why are you starting businesses again? Like,
Well, because I'm older, but I'm youthful still,
yeah,
and I can't stop working.
yeah,
But this is on my terms.
yeah,
You know, being a professor in the college system, you're on the terms of the system. You know, but this is on my terms, and it's something that I choose that I want to do, and uh, I like keeping busy. And
yeah.
so.
Congratulations to Showcased. She says that she will be graduating with my, and she said, I will be graduating with my first BSc in forestry from the University of Liberia in March, hopefully by God grace. What do you have to tell Showcase as a fellow female?
Uh, Bravo, first of all, and congratulations on your upcoming graduation. And don't let it stop you from continuing to advance in that career to be the best you can be.
Yeah,
And congratulations. I mean, education, that's the power
yeah,
in life.
yeah,
Education is the power in life, and I don't mean it in a negative way. I mean positive power to
yeah,
keep one focused and ambitious and seeking their goals
yeah,
and their highest potential. Because a lot of people don't reach their highest potential because they might not know how or they don't have the support. And you're welcome, Showcase. Congratulations.
I said thank you.
So just keep on going, and that's an interesting career, forestry. Beautiful. I
Yeah,
love trees, and the forest, and it's hiking. So
yeah.
I'll think of you the next hike I take.
Yeah. And hopefully, again, I'm going to do everything in my own power with all my crazy busy schedule. I will manage to connect you to. So, because I think Showcase will really be inspired by you because someone like you who have achieved so much to doctor degree, that is unbelievable. And this is the reason I have a lot of respect for females that go on to achieve a lot because as a female there's so much challenges that you go through, things that you go through that stop you from achieving higher education. For example, if you have a child, you have to stop for a certain period of time. I could have a child with somebody, and if I can support the child, support the person, I can still go to school. But it's a little bit different, and I think a lot of females, they go through all these challenges and sometimes they don't achieve the higher education. For me to see somebody like you who just doing all of this and just have two doctor degree. You got two doctor degree. That's so, besides the having child, but other things that stop many females from achieving higher education. And I think it's a very big thing. What do you have to tell other females, mostly Africans, um, when it comes to achieving higher education?
Well, I think that, higher education comes in different forms. So, there are women and men and that are put here on the planet to do certain things. Everyone needs to find what their gift is, that was given to them and their purpose in life. You have to go deep within yourself
Yeah,
and figure out what is it that you really like and really would like to do. Not society saying you need to be a doctor, lawyer, or whatever. I'm the doctor in my two fields because it was something that I liked,
yeah,
and it's so I chose to take it as far as I could because I was able to. I've been blessed, to be intelligent, to be strong. This is a gift for me from a higher source. People call it God, Allah, whoever. It's a gift from a higher source,
yeah,
and I take responsibility for it, but I know that it's higher source that's doing this for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just, it's like the phrase, God helps those that help themselves. You need to find out what's within you. I mean, my mother, she didn't have degrees, but I had, and this is a cliche, but I did have the greatest mother for me in my life. And
Yeah.
I was a foster child. She was my foster mother,
Yeah.
but she was the greatest person that ever lived for me. And all the things that she did for me to make me who I am makes her a doctor in her field, but not socially. But she was a great mother. It was her gift to be a mother.
Yeah.
And so whatever you do, like my father said, do be the best
Yeah.
at it. If
Yeah.
you're sweeping the street, be the best street
Yep.
sweeper there that lives.
Yeah.
If you're a media man like you, be the best media man you can be. We all can't be the same thing, and there's many millions of things people can do on the planet.
Yeah.
So just because I have two doctors, I'm not better than anybody. And I know you're not saying that, but I
Yeah.
just want
Oh,
your audience to know that
yeah.
I am humbled by all the help that I had in Cote d'Ivoire when I had my successful business. It
Yeah.
wasn't just me.
Yeah.
Yes, I was the head of it, but
Yeah.
all the help that I had from my Liberian teachers, my Ivorian teachers, down to my guards who were guarding my school 24/7, all the helpers and everything. So it takes all of us,
Yeah.
like they made this term long time ago. It takes a village
Yeah.
to raise a child. It
Yeah.
takes a village to have a big, successful business. And it takes a village to have a successful life.
Yeah.
So I send kudos and blessings out to all women because
Yeah.
I know there are women out there that are taking care of children, helping them to nourish their minds, their bodies, their souls. And for me, they have a doctorate in mothering.
Yeah.
They might not get it on a piece of paper, but they have a doctorate in
Yeah.
mothering and helping. And we have people that are just doing everything, beautiful things in the world. You
Yeah.
know,
As a
so
Liberian, I'm gonna ask you the question. I know you appreciate all Liberian teacher and other people in general, but as
mm.
a Liberian, I can still ask the question: How was it dealing with those Liberian, the teachers and other people? Were they difficult? Were they good people?
I had a couple that were the first managers of my school. They were lovely young couple, and then I had another manager who managed the school. He was a very nice person, and I had this one teacher that was just fabulous. And I don't know, since I've been back in the Ivory Coast, I haven't been able to reach out to any of them. They're probably back in their country now. I hope so,
Yeah.
doing good things, you
Yeah.
know, and blessings to them. But I had good relationships with
Like
the Liberians, that helped me to uh, make my business successful. They did their part, and that's another thing. We have our little parts to do. If everybody does their little part,
yeah.
then the street is clean, the the house is nice, and everything goes.
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't have to do everything. You know,
Yeah.
you do your part.
Yeah, I believe you because I know I have a very good relationship with you as a person. You're a very good person too. So I'm not surprised that you have a good relationship with the Liberians because
Yeah.
we Liberians are known as people that are very friendly. But I'm the worst Liberian maybe because sometimes just when I'm comfortable with somebody like yourself or other people, sometimes I'll just say something very silly or something. Sometimes I'll just joke and yeah.
Silly silliness is makes life joyful.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But being a Liberian and having that good personality, I take him in places, even in the US here, I can say that for sure. But I think I may know the answer to the question. What's the difference between being going to staying in Africa as a person, as a black person, And being in America, is that any kind of big difference? Is that something that you feel like is a little bit different when you go to Africa?
Ooh, that's a loaded question because it's personal. I I just feel comfortable, and I feel that it's where I need to be
Yeah.
in my life. And I think that my life was destined to visit this great continent and to be a part of it. America, yes, this is my country, yes. And it has its pros and cons and positive and negative uh, things. But for me personally, as a Black woman, you know, um, I made myself a promise long time ago, once I lived in Africa for several years, that I would not grow old in America.
Yeah.
I love the way the Africans respect their elders
Hmm.
and how they take care of people, their family members and everything. And I'm not saying that everything is like perfect anywhere in
Yeah.
the world,
Yeah.
but in general, I respect the way they treat their elderly people and people in general.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like being in Africa.
Yeah. I think nobody is perfect. That's what they say. So
Right.
nobody's perfect, but there's people that can try to be good. You can intentionally treat people a little bad and all of that, but if you can try your best, you cannot be
Yeah.
perfect, but you can try your best. I think you will be fine. So beside Africa, do you have any plan of visiting other African countries just to hang out there and see how those
Yes.
look?
I really want to go to Egypt.
Besides
Okay.
Liberia, where I know you are gonna go no matter what, because I mean,
Yeah, because I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there through you. So
yeah, I'm
that's
gonna go
already,
there, and my friend Showcase might take you there.
yeah, that's a done deal.
Yeah,
Okay. So
there's
other
no
than
negotiation.
Liberia, I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to Egypt,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah,
And
Egypt. Okay.
and I want to visit Russia.
Mhm.
I like to travel, so I've traveled around the world like three
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
I haven't been in all the countries, but a lot of
So you
them.
want to
And
go to different countries too, but Africa,
yes, yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
is Africa gonna be your base now, like at a
Oh
place?
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Long
but
as they don't have another civil war, which I doubt, because I'm there. Yeah,
yeah,
that's my base, and I'm coming home to visit. You
yeah,
know, like I am now, for the holidays and
yeah,
my
yeah,
finishing up my exit. But
yeah.
yes, Ivory Coast will be my base, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Maleo says, Showcase, she said, I'm here also, and any tour I will give you free of charge. She's there to be a tour guide. Like she will take you around. When you go to Liberia, she's there to take you all over the place, visit all the nice places in Liberia, and she will do that for sure.
yeah.
Showcase,
For showcase, when our big brother, well, he's my little brother,
yeah,
comes to Cote d'Ivoire or Liberia, and you guys come to Cote d'Ivoire,
yeah,
you guys can take me to your country and
yeah.
show me the.
We will go to Ivory Coast and then we will hang out with you there. When you come to Liberia, then we will. There's something Liberian people call we will spoil you. We will spoil you, take you to some of the places that you need to see. And but anyway, one of the questions I want to ask though, do you speak French? How are you living in Africa?
Oui, je parle français, mais c'est pas très bien, mais j'ai
Look at
essayé
you.
chaque jour, je parle. Donc,
I rest
c'est
my case. I rest my case.
English. I
Yeah.
speak French
Nice.
and I speak Spanish, but I just know words in Spanish now. But
Yeah.
yeah, I speak French. It's very poorly done, but I'm working on it. I
Yeah.
used to speak it very well a long time ago when I was young, but now
Yeah.
I'm lazy. I don't. But
Yeah.
I have excellent friends in the Ivory Coast, and we carry on conversations. So
Yeah. I
I
as
do.
a Liberian, I'm supposed to know French though. I'm supposed to know French because, of course, when I was in Liberia, we used to certain part of Liberia, the southeastern area, we would cross the border that easy. She said we will spoil her with love. Yeah, of course, we will spoil her with love. So she
Thank
can
you.
go. So she will decide whether she want to stay in Africa or move to Liberia.
Oh.
Uh, yeah,
Well, you send me an email and we'll connect with each other, and
yeah,
maybe I'll come to Liberia before our brother comes there.
yeah, absolutely.
'Cause
Don't
I
mind
don't
me.
mind being showered with love.
Yeah, don't
That's
mind
the great.
me. Yeah, I will come there, but don't wait for me. Hopefully, even if you go there before that, that way when I take you there, you know what's up. You know where to go already. Because by the time
Yeah, I might have
showcase,
to show you around, right?
yeah, by the time showcase is done with you, you will know all the places in Liberia. You'll be speaking the simple English, Liberian simple English. Now, ew, my people, I was like, really? What did you do to my friend?
I kind of doubt that. I'm an English teacher, so that's pretty much ingrained.
Yeah. When you say something and Liberians sometimes agree with you in our simple English, we would say that ew. Yeah,
Well, I'm
so
sure
showcase.
I'll learn some of the dialect there and the
Yeah,
language.
we call that the colloquac. I think that's the colloquac, or maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I think that's that
Yeah,
colloquac.
what is your aside from English? What is the language in Liberia? That's something I do.
Oh, oh, that's a question. I mean, we have like about 16 tribe in Liberia.
No, no, no. I
And
don't mean dialects, Jefferson. I mean language that is written down in books.
language are
You guys
okay.
have a language.
English is the official language. Many Liberians
Yes.
speak many Liberians speak French as a second language.
Oh,
And
really?
then we
Oh,
have
yeah, because they
yeah,
border Ivory Coast.
yeah, we have something some people would say dialect, but for us we consider that languages too, which are the tribal people there are many tribal dialects that were written down as a
Oh,
language.
okay.
So
Mm.
you have a lot of different ones: Kran, Gio, Basa, Pele, Grebo, Crew, and Gisi. It's all go on like 16
Well,
of
globally,
globally.
academically,
Globally, it's
uh,
English.
wait a
It's
minute,
English.
wait a minute. I'm saying, but globally, a language is written down,
Yeah,
but dialects, there are many. Even we have
yeah,
dialects in
yeah,
America. We might not say that, but we do, you
yeah,
know. So dialects, I know there's lots in
yeah,
every country. So, like
yeah,
in Senegal, they have lots of dialects, but they do have an official language. It's Wolof,
yeah,
and it's written down, you know. So
yeah.
that
I think
word,
yeah, something.
knowing,
Yes.
you know,
That the word knowing
I can
who
see there.
are and what you can getting and a good education do not make people sensible. Some all right. That
Good.
person is
They
saying
did
that.
that. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, were you reading it?
Yeah, but I stated it that, that just because someone educated doesn't make them, the best person in the world,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, and
But
that's why I said,
for me, I just like to appreciate the person effort. That's all. The effort they made to achieve that. Because
and
education
that's
is a tool.
absolutely fine. That's great.
Yeah.
Yes. But
Yeah.
education comes in all forms.
Yeah. This is your American brother, but no, you are African now, so I'm not gonna say that.
Hi,
This is
Liberia. I'm from the United States.
yeah. Thank you. I think one day we can't wait to invite you to Liberia so you hang out with us. If you are in Liberia already, then well, then you will have to invite me to Liberia.
And taste the good food and the
You taste
different
the
dishes.
Liberian food. With the
Yeah.
all the Liberians you know as a teacher, I know you guys were working on the professional level, but had they ever invited you to their house for lunch or something? Have you tried the Liberian food?
Actually, I have to say I didn't, but it wasn't because they didn't want to. I was just so busy starting the new business and working. I worked like 12, 14 hours a day,
Yeah,
and, we were on a professional level. So,
yeah.
you know,
Tell me a little bit about the business that you are about to start now. I know you sold your first business and you are now trying to start another business.
well, the new business is psychology, but in the framework of a life coach. And what I would like to do is be an empowerment life coach to empower the youth to look within themselves, find the strength and the courage to do what they have been gifted to do in their life or what they want to do
Hmm.
uh, through themselves. Because a lot when we're young, we look to everyone else for everything. Our parents, our friends, people, and we're listening. And the children today are really listening to everybody because the telephone and the internet, TikTok, all that has just that's where the kids get all their stuff. And really technically that's not where the strength and courage and everything comes from. It comes from your heart center you know so I want to be a life coach and use my teaching skills and all the skills that I've learned over my life and try to direct the youth to, look within themselves and be empowered by that higher strength and that higher force within themselves and
Yeah,
be all that they can be, that reach their highest potential, you
yeah.
know. So, yeah.
Yeah, one of the question that I want to ask you though, the whole like based on what I know, when I got to know you, you were working.
hmm
How did you pick that mindset? Where did that come from to own your own business, to start a business? Is that something that you just wanted to employ people, or you just say, you know what, I want to make extra money? Is that what?
No, it wasn't about the money,
Yeah,
Jefferson. It's just I just figured well when I first did this I made a joke of it and I said, well, I'm an American, I can Americans, we can do anything.
yeah,
But that's not true. I mean, that was my joke about it. But I just was, like I said, I think that finding my way in the Ivory Coast and opening up my business and it becoming successful after a few years, not right away.
mm-hmm,
Just want to make that clear. Um, was for me a divine intervention. You know, it was magical. You
yeah,
know, everything went and along, not always, their life's ups and downs, but it was very magical and it was divine. It was, I think it was higher forces, doing what they do,
yeah,
and it was my gift. Like I said, I was raised in a foster home and there were always 6 to 8 kids.
yeah,
And I, at the age of 9 and 10, I didn't like dolls and I didn't like games, but I
mm,
liked books, papers, and pens and crayons. And I would teach the younger kids to do their alphabet, their numbers. So I tell people I've been teaching since I was 10, and it was a gift of mine. It's a gift of mine. I love it and it's a gift, and
yeah,
I do it well. So, um, and then I did banking and I did food service. So I learned management and money. All that went into together to be able to run a business because you have to know how to do many things to run a business.
yeah.
So
Do
um,
they? Yeah.
go
Yeah.
ahead, love.
One of the question I want to ask though, do they have a dual citizenship in Africa? Do they have another citizenship like you can become an American and become a foreign in
I
Africa?
can, yeah, and I was married to an Ivorian too,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
anymore, but yes,
Yeah.
I can. But I have a green card.
Okay. That's okay.
I'm
Well,
I'm a resident of Cote d'Ivoire, so
I've been having a great time interviewing you. I know you got some interesting comments, and I just want to say that I know I've been keeping you here. Normally, I would go more than this, but I know you are a very busy doctor.
no, I'm not busy right now. I'm on vacation. I'm
If you
leaving
want to keep,
tomorrow to go back to Cote d'Ivoire, but today I'm not busy.
so this
So
is the options though. If you want to keep talking, I'm down to keep talking a little bit, and until you're ready to answer Jefferson, shut up.
it's
I'm
fine.
down.
Go ahead. I have the time. Yes.
All right. One of the questions that I wanted to, okay, one of the thing I want to say first is that is there anything I haven't asked that you wanted to touch on?
No, I think you're doing a great job as a host,
Yeah,
and
I think from
uh,
the beginning, I was a little bit nervous, so because I know you very well. You are a doctor. You are
I'm the
this person.
doctor.
Huh?
I'm Diana, and I live in Cote d'Ivoire. And I'm from America, but
Yeah. But what?
uh, I think that you have given me another magical experience
Thank
to
you.
doing an interview on a live, you
Thank you.
know,
You're on
podcast. I've
TV.
done that before, and, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No worry.
I'll call you back, okay? So I think it's been a great opportunity, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And so these are the magical things that happen in my life,
Yeah.
and I appreciate them.
That's
But
good.
no, you've asked questions, and I think good questions.
Thank you.
But is there anything else you'd like to ask, or your audience?
The audience can always comment. I just hope they can comment, and if they have any thing here like Showcase been doing, and other people been commenting so far, I hope they can really comment. And if they have anything about your experience coming from America, deciding to go to Africa and stay there, they can comment before before we wrap up. But one of the things I was saying about being nervous was because we know we know each other very well, and us besides that we follow each other on Facebook over the years. We saw what you know who I am, and I was a student at the college that you were teaching, so I was thinking, man, if I'm on the show, I'm
Well,
interviewing.
I'm impressed with you, your growth, and your manipulation and mastering of the language.
Yeah,
You're even though I know English is your base language in Liberia, but
yeah,
you have really grown a lot over
yeah.
the years. Within your framework of work, and you're speaking English very well.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes,
I
and
think one of the thing about Liberia, for many Liberians like myself, is due to the war in Liberia. A lot of us grew up there, and for that reason, we didn't get the chance to actually go to school and learn standard English. We
mhm.
learned what we call sidewalk English. It's a street English or waterside English. That's the different definition for it. And so when I came to the US, I had to go to that college, that school, to
Mhm.
really to improve my English. And even up to now, I still try to work on myself. We got people. I meet celebrities all the time. I meet certain rich and famous CEO, all these people,
Mhm.
and you can go and start talking to them and just make yourself stupid or anything like that. You got to really present yourself well. And there are a few things that I know first impression has to do with your speech, the way you dressed, and overall what you were saying. If you
Mhm.
just talking to somebody and not knowing what you were saying, they would think that, man, this person, who is this person? And that, so for me, it's something I'm still trying. These are the three things that I'm trying to work on. But I appreciate you for saying.
I think you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you. Thank you so
Mhm.
much. We can't wait to take you to Liberia so you get to meet our homeland. Once you get to Liberia, you would tell yourself, man, I'm in the wrong country. I just love that country. But when you go to Liberia, you would say, man, I'm in the wrong country. This is where I belong.
We'll see. We'll see.
And the good part is, if you're starting a business in Liberia, it's far different than other places.
Mhm.
If you already have business, if like for example, if you have business in the U.S. here, and you're starting business in Liberia, it's so easy because it's almost the same way. Even if you check our constitution, the way the government operates, similar to the United States, because Liberia has so much with the U.S. Based because how our country was founded. I always tell people that Liberia was founded by, it's not I tell people, but that's just how it is. Liberia was founded by African American who went back home to,
I wouldn't say founded.
yeah. When
Jefferson. say a lot of them returned
yeah,
and helped to cultivate and develop Liberia the way it is maybe today. But Liberia was already there,
yeah.
you know.
Didn't I tell you this lady, she's a doctor? And didn't I tell you that every time I was saying something silly, she would quickly correct me in a good way, which is
That's just
great.
to say that, don't take anything from your countrymen
Yeah,
that were men and women that were already there.
yeah,
A lot of the slaves did go back to Liberia
yeah,
because maybe they came from there. Who knows?
yeah,
But they helped to cultivate it and help it to be what it is today, maybe. But
yeah,
Liberia was already there, and
yeah. One thing I want to say too, though, I know we've been talking about all the milk and honey, about Africa, about Cote d'Ivoire, and other places. What would you say are some of the challenges in that place, living there, coming from the US and going there? Do you have any?
well, what challenge do I have? Well,
Like,
at first,
you
the
really like
weather,
Africa. I can tell that for sure. It's that
getting
if
used
you
to
can
the
come here,
weather, but it's kind of like California. So,
mhm,
it's rainy and we have rainy and hot basically in
yeah,
Cote d'Ivoire. But I don't know. I don't really, I miss my family here,
yeah,
from time to time. I can't, I have to reach out through video and stuff. So that's the challenge, living so far away, from my daughter, my stepson, and my grandchildren, might be a little bit difficult for that. But for me, the continent is where I need to be. I love it there,
yeah.
and
You
as
really love
long
it
as
there.
they have airplanes to go back and forth, I think I can make it work.
Anybody watching right now, they would think that, man, this lady should really love it out there. And
I
yeah,
do.
it's so amazing. You used to live there a long time back, and now you went there a few years back again.
Yeah.
Was there any big difference between when you went back there and how it was?
Yeah, it's quite different
Yeah,
now because of the Civil War. There's a lot of construction. They're really developing it up again. And for me personally, well, when I was there before, I was a director of my own school. Everybody knew me. I was on television, the radio,
really.
newspapers, magazines. I even did a modeling gig there, and stuff
Look
like
at
that. So
you.
now I'm just a little quiet person. I'm getting ready to start my business, but my business is not one that's going to take me to the stratosphere. But, yeah, I'm just a normal, quiet person. And I mean, people look at me, they know I'm an American,
Yeah,
but, not, they don't know, they don't know who I am,
yeah.
you know, or who I've been before,
Let's
So,
not forget you were the first lady of Senghor. So
no, I
that
wasn't.
time too, it was different.
Huh?
I said that time it was a little bit different too because you became the first lady of Senegal after that before you.
No, no, no,
It's almost like a first lady if you marry the president's son. That's what I'm.
no, because actually I used my maiden name when I had my school. So
Yeah,
I
that,
used my maiden name, Rivers. So everybody knew me as Rivers.
yeah,
So yeah, no, it was magical, and like I said, I knew everybody knew me. Let's say I didn't know everybody, but and I for the school I made guest appearances on shows and TV, and magazine articles were written about me, and you know I did modeling spread for Guido, the TV, the magazine, because who I was. So it was all fun and
you were
exciting.
the pretty girl.
Well, that's for you to say. Thank
You
you very
are the
much.
pretty girl. You're still a pretty girl, but I mean,
But
yeah, you are the pretty girl. You're still a pretty girl. Every,
thank you so much.
all the magazine wanted to write about it, the pretty girl. And if you wanted to run for Miss Ivory Coast, I think you would have gone through that easy.
No, because I'm not Ivorian, so
Well, because your beauty would have made people to just say, you know what, forget it. We will break the rules.
thank you so much.
Let's just make this happen. There's exception. Let's just let her go. Like she's the Miss Ivory Coast. Do you know how many attention this will bring to our country if we allow her to go for it?
The American Ivorian.
The American birds, yeah. Yeah, that is amazing though. That is really amazing. If you have to say if you only have to say one thing, I know you love Ivory Coast and Africa in general, but if you have to say number one thing that you really love about the place, what would that be?
The continent.
Yeah, the continent, or if you say about Ivory Coast, either way.
I must say that when I lived in Zaire, which is now the Congo, it was and it is breathtakingly beautiful. I've never seen beauty in nature as I saw in that place. It's just beautiful. I mean, it's beyond words. It took my breath away actually for a minute. So that song, it takes my breath away. The nature in the Congo took my breath away, and it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. So I knew that it was touched by a higher source.
Yeah,
That continent is something else.
yeah,
It is beautiful. And that place, I've never seen anything, and I've been around the world, different countries, different continents, just about every continent except South America, I think. And I've never seen beauty like that before.
yeah,
And that has to mean something,
hmm,
you know, has to mean something.
yeah,
I mean, Ivory Coast is beautiful, and um, yeah, every country I went in has its beauty. But the most beautiful place, even in America, there are some beautiful places. I mean, gorgeous. But I've never seen anything beauty like that. So
wow,
that's the most thing that will is stored in my heart forever is
yeah,
that. And the people of Africa are so inviting, so generous, and that we've gotten away from in America. Our country is an individuality country, but there it is family,
yeah,
friends, and people make time for each other.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
you can live by your neighbor here in America and you never know
That is true, though. That is the and
them.
especially
You know
LA.
that. You know
Yeah,
that's true.
especially when I came from Orange County to move to Los Angeles, I realized that people are just different here. That's different mentality. When I was in Orange County, the neighbors, when I'm walking around, they would say, "Hey, how you doing?" It was something, but in,
Sometimes,
yeah, yeah,
Jefferson,
sometimes, and
in
but
general, you
yeah,
can live by your neighbor
yeah,
and never know who they are.
yeah.
You know,
But LA is even worse. Trust me, you will be walking in the park. You'll be walking in the park and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Somebody will just walk past you that they didn't care what you're
and
saying.
they're scared.
Yeah, it took me time to get used to that. In Africa, even if you wake up early, you don't say good morning to somebody or hi to your family member who you live with. They will think that you don't like them, especially when you look at them and you just go by. Especially Liberia, where I'm from. I used to certain time I used to get in trouble when I just wake up and not say hey or good morning. I don't say something like that. What did I do to you? Because it's like that. So if you just go walk past somebody and not say hi, or you make eye contact with somebody and they say hi and you don't say nothing, it's like, so
But
people,
it used to be that way in America. You
yeah.
you never walk by and not say. But now when you say hi to some people, they'll look at you like, "Do you know me?"
What do you think is the problem? Do you think it's the inflation, or do you think it's because of the higher bills in California? Because I know other places are really good.
No, it has nothing to do with money. It's just people are this has become, and it just depends on where you're at also. Remember that too. When you talk about New York, California, big states and stuff like that, these things happen, but and because it's a lot of fear, a lot of non-trust. People don't
y-
trust each other,
yeah,
and they just don't. And a lot of people don't have time. Their busy lives,
yeah.
and
I think
they just,
that's the
you know,
reason. The big cities are like that.
yeah,
For
no, you're just
example,
busy.
yeah, for example, I went to Portland, Oregon, and these people, to be honest with you, I'm not saying everybody there they're okay, but the people there the
Yeah,
most they are
it
very
depends on
nice.
where you're at.
Yeah, they are very nice. I mean, even they pump your gas when you stop at the gas station. They will pump your gas, and they're so nice. I went there like I think more than 5 times. I think I've been there 5 times now, and people will always be nice to you, even when you were driving. When you were walking, they
Yeah,
will wait until you cross. In California, they will boom boom go. And so it's just different. I think it's based on where you are. Other
yeah.
places are just so
But
nice.
in Africa, it's everywhere. You have to say
Yeah,
bonjour,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
bonjour, madame, bonjour, monsieur,
yeah.
you know,
It's
and they
everywhere.
they they echo it back to you. You don't pass
Yeah,
people and not speak.
yeah.
It's
Even
just
I
not
think
normal.
Yeah, I think in Africa, generally, we are just like humble people who just like we are very this kind of you raised to be like certain person that respect other person like the way you would be respected. Even when I first came to the US, inviting a girl out and I want to take the bill, and people, some of my friends, after a certain time, they would tell me, the girl got to pay her food. I'm like, well, in Africa, sometimes we just take care of the bill as a guy. When you invite a girl out, you want to take care of the bill. That's just how it is. You're a gentleman. But
Mhm.
here, some of my friends would say, "Oh, damn, Chin, I will split the bill." Not every guy, but some guys do that, especially
But
LA.
it's changed over the times,
Yeah,
So
yeah,
women want to be independent. They
yeah,
want to, you
yeah,
know, um, they don't want to be obligated.
yeah. That is true.
So it's a lot of times it's a matter of being obligated. So I'll pay my part, you pay your part, and
You pay
then
your part,
we're
yeah.
we're on a.
But anyway, I'm glad you are having great time in Africa. I'm glad you decided to move there. A guy like me who came here 14 years ago, even though I'm still planning to go, what can you tell me as a Liberian, as an African, the blood of the person from there? What can you tell me? You should inspire me though. If
Well,
you
I think that you have to go along with what's in your heart. If you want to live here and do your thing, if the opportunities are here for you to be happy, because that's what it's about. It's being happy and healthy and happy. But I think you should visit your homeland every now and then.
yeah,
And I like what you're telling me, when you said, I'm trying to start something or I'm working on something in my country.
yeah,
So it means you're giving back,
yeah,
to your
absolutely.
homeland.
Yeah,
You're giving back. And I think that's beautiful, because it's not for me to say where you should be. You should be where you feel most comfortable and happy.
yeah,
And if you want to give back to your country, then you can do that also.
yeah,
I think that, because Africa is a growing continent and the nations, some of them are growing, but they're more civilized than a lot of places in the world. They just don't get the recognition.
yeah.
Remember, Africa was the first civilized uh,
Continent.
community on the planet,
Yeah,
and Africans are they've traced it back that Africans are the first man on the planet. So, come on.
yeah,
You should do what makes Jefferson, happy
yeah,
and fills your heart with love.
yeah.
Because whoever mentions love, that's the greatest gift of all is
Yeah.
love.
I think
So
as long I don't forget where I'm from, because people say if you don't forget if you don't know where you are coming from, you never know where you're going. And as long as you can live anywhere, as long you know that you are from certain place and always know that that place is there, especially when it comes to we African, we always have to remember back home because Africa need the help. To be honest with you, they need Africa in general. Whatever country you are from, need your help. Liberia, we need help. I have this Liberian TV network thing that is there. I employ few people already. Every month they expect salary, and it's for me. Even though I'm not there, but I know that there's something going on, and I really have a bigger plan, things to do. Even the developmental part of things. I really want to get involved. I want to be one of those people one day that people would tell that, oh, you were one of those people that really helped Liberia develop. And I
Right.
think other Africans to do the same thing too. And I think you can work hard here, but don't forget to do stuff. I think I was telling somebody recently, I said one thing I learned about the United States, people have their differences, Democrat, Republican, black, white. By the end of the day, American in general, they put their country first, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm an
Because,
American,
yeah,
and I will always be an American.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and I will,
yeah,
do whatever I need
yeah,
for for
yeah,
my part,
yeah,
as an American.
yeah,
Because I mean, I will never. They're never gonna, even Africa. They're never gonna let me forget I'm an American. But I know that I'm American, and I know that I'm not African. But I appreciate the African culture in Cote d'Ivoire and in the other nations I've lived in
for
who
you,
have
you can go both ways.
accepted me in,
Yeah. For you, you can
with
go both
love.
ways though, because for me, from my point of view, every African American, I accept them as an African. I'm not gonna take them like differently, like oh something else. So
Well, I
it,
appreciate
yeah, it's up to you to decide how you see it. But for me, I think African American, we are all Africans. Blacks in general, we are all Africans. You can choose where you want to be. You want to be in America?
I think technically, if you look at it, the whole world is African
Yeah,
because everybody stems from there.
yeah,
No matter how white they are,
yeah,
they everything goes back.
yeah.
Everything goes back to the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
yeah,
you know that's why I feel comfortable there. I think the world belongs
yeah,
to all of us.
yeah. Absolutely.
My friends say, "Why do you travel? Why do you do this?" Because the world belongs to all of
That is
us.
true. You can go anywhere you want.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it belongs to
especially
all of us,
anybody.
and I love it. I love exploring and seeing new people
Yeah,
and tasting new foods and experiencing different experiences because it belongs to all of us.
yeah.
So, and that's why
Especially,
we've mixed and matched globally because
yeah,
everybody realizes that deep down in their heart that humans are humans, and
yeah,
we can go wherever we want and experience all the beauty of each place
yeah,
because each place has its beauty, uh, each place has its darkness,
yeah,
you know. And I think it's wonderful that man has developed so many things. I mean, we can get on a plane and be somewhere in a few hours. Even though it's going to take me 36 hours to get home, but still. But we can fly anywhere and be there within a couple days,
yeah,
with the layovers and everything. It's wonderful.
yeah,
I mean, just
yeah,
not so many years ago, we didn't have cars,
yeah,
you know. So yeah, television. And so many years ago, we didn't even. I mean, when I had my school the first time, there were no such thing as cell phones.
yeah.
Can you do that?
I think that's one of the big difference now and when you were there because now you can
Yeah.
do Zoom with your family. You see them for real.
Right.
Now I can do a live chat with you now, and you can tell people your experience.
Right.
Before it was far different. I think long time ago it was different. You don't even to call. You got to go somewhere to put to really go through the quality. When I was back in Liberia a few years back, you have to go certain places to call. There was phone booths that they
Yes.
say you have to
Same
call on.
here.
Yeah,
No different.
I
Yes.
remember. I remember whenever I asked my mother to give me her cell phone just to walk around the street a little bit, I would be bragging and be like this with a cell phone, like, "Hey, I got cell phone now, girls. What's up with you?" And if she would tell me like, okay, you know what? Right now they say it's okay for you to take the cell phone to school. Oh man, I'm the man telling the girls. It was not everybody had cell phone at that time. Like my
I-
father was.
Even here, everybody didn't have them. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, it
so
was a big deal. And then my mother has the Nokia phone, like it's a Nokia, and it was so super. Like you don't, it that doesn't have video though. It was one of the old school phone, like the new type of cell phone. And we were like, oh man, that's a fancy thing. I'm the man. And other girl, oh, he has a cell phone. He's the man I should be with. But anyway, yeah, it's different now. Technology is different. I think going even if you will leave America to go to Africa, it's different now. I see friends every time going to the beach, posting picture. I think it's changing people's mind too about Africa because a long
mm,
time ago when I came here, sometimes people would ask questions that just don't make sense to me. They would say, "Oh, how is it like chasing the lions?" But people don't ask this kind of question anymore because they see they can go on the internet, they see different
mm.
countries, they see,
Yes, yes, yes. And
yeah,
now they know that, there are different nations. They
yeah,
know that people live just like
yeah,
we live here. We have apartments, we have
yeah,
homes and
yeah,
cars and buses and all that, taxis.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's not now it's not all about what the media will say. It's now what you can see yourself. You see
Hmm.
some of the friends, people you made friend with on Facebook from Africa, even you don't know them in person, but you are
Hmm.
friend with them, but they will post a picture. I'm hanging out at the beach. This is this type of beach. Liberian, now YouTube. There are a lot of Liberian YouTubers posting videos about Liberia,
Right,
showcasing
right.
Liberia, like our friend showcase of Liberia. And now you don't have to really ask people how is Africa, how does Africa look. You don't have
But
to
they
ask,
still do, Jefferson.
huh?
I got a lot of questions while I was here visiting.
Yeah.
I got
What
a
was
lot of
it?
questions about
What was
Africa.
the questions?
Well, one friend of mine, I mean, she was speaking to me as if we didn't have running water and electricity. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Abidjan has one of the best water filtration systems on the planet, and it's been that way for
Long time.
decades. You
Hmm.
know, so they some people still don't get it. That
Because some
African
people, yeah,
health
that's true. Some people
is
are still
developed.
in that thing. Like even one time, we recently, not too long ago, about a month ago, we went. I was working at the Beverly Hilton, and there was a big event going on. There were a lot of celebrity and other people. And some of the people that I was working with, we went out for lunch, and the person started thinking the same way. They were telling me things like, "Man, I know you have to learn everything from scratch as an African. I know you guys don't have this, you guys don't have that." I said, "Are you saying that we don't have it, or you know that you've been there to know that we don't have it?" So I was a little bit irritated by it because of the man. How can you still thing like this in 2022 when you can just Google something, you can go on YouTube and watch a live video of Rwanda or other places, even I know
Yes,
like
and
Liberia.
Rwanda's young, but
Yeah,
Senegal,
yeah,
Liberia,
yeah,
Cote d'Ivoire, all these nations that they have what do you call skyscrapers and all
yeah,
this,
yeah,
and they're not new.
yeah,
I mean, Cote d'Ivoire used to be called the Petite Paris
yeah,
because it was so modern, so you
yeah,
know developed.
yeah,
They don't that
yeah.
it's developed.
I think it irritates me though when I say, man, I created a special YouTube channel for this to just show people how this country, even Liberia looks like, and there are other YouTubers from other African countries showing you all of this, and you still asking me this in 2021. That was 2021. And so I was a little bit irritated about it, but I like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna really,
But
I,
I think a good thing for you to do, if because you do have a lot of American
friends,
people that watch this, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
you should do a show called Modern Africa
that's true.
and do pictures of cities and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And
I
that's
think
why the other channel that
help
I
educate
yeah,
Americans about Africa.
besides Liberian TV network, the other channel that I created is more about that, even though I'm starting in the US. But my goal is
Good.
when I go to Africa, I want to go to different African countries, different cities to show people how Africa look. I'm in
Yeah.
the US now showing different places that I visit as an African and my experience. But
Hmm.
when I go to Africa, I want to show them too, okay, now I was over there. Because most of the people with my other channel, most of the people that follow me, they are from the US and other like England and Canada,
Hmm.
other places. So this will get their attention if I go to Africa and start showing them, okay, I was in the US. Now see these places. So it will
Hmm.
really educate more people because they were already following me before
Hmm.
and something like that. So that's the intention to use the other channel to really educate people about Africa. Um,
Hmm.
Once I go there, I'll go to Ivory Coast. I'll go to Sierra Leone. I'll go to different countries, South Africa, different places just to show people Egypt. I really want to go to Egypt too because historic area. It's a historic area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but anyway, I've been chatting with you. I've been keeping you so long, and I thank you so much for taking your time and just coming
It's been an
here.
honor,
All of me.
and I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, and hopefully I can connect you and my friends showcase, and I know our viewers been watching you. Some people commented, and thank you so much. You answer all the questions, and thank you for getting the nerve out of me because I was a little bit nervous. I was thinking that oh, the person knows me, she knows me very well. I went to the school there, and she's my friend, and it's gonna be a little bit different than the people that I interview. So I appreciate you a lot for coming here and really doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say before I go?
I just want to thank your audience for tuning in, and love and light to all of you. Blessings and showcase again. Congratulations on your upcoming graduation. And thank you. I mean, I appreciate this so much. It's
Yeah.
been an honor and an experience.
Yeah.
So
Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you.
thank you, Jefferson.
Have a great day. I hope you enjoy your day. Let's stay
Thank
in
you.
touch. I
All
know
right.
where to find you.
Huh?
I say I know where to find you.
You do indeed.
All
And I know where to find you too. So
right.
bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right. I just want to say thanks to my friend Senghor for doctor. This lady that I was just interviewing, she has two doctor degree. This she's amazing. Very smart person. She's always like when I'm doing something, when I'm saying something crazy, this is the person that will always get me on track. We've been knowing each other for years. I think about 10 years now. So I really appreciate her for coming on the show and telling us her African experience. A lot of people may not know why I brought this person on the show. I know usually I interview Liberian. Like for example, today around 6:45 p.m. California time. On the East Coast, it's going to be 9:45. I'm supposed to be interviewing a girl called Showcase of not Showcase of Liberia. Somebody that I really want to interview. But her name is and she speaks too. She's supposed to come on the show and she and I will be we will be having a great conversation about her experience. But the reason I brought my friend here who left the United States and go to Africa, because this is somebody who went to Cote d'Ivoire. She went there to stay there. She encountered a lot of Liberians that she had nothing bad to say about. She told me a good thing about them before she even got to know that I'm from Liberia. Um, and so I wanted her to share her experience because when we are telling people to go back home, they just don't get it. They just feel that I need to go back home. I know I need to lead by example, but I know I'm gonna go back home. I know way or the other this year, 2022, no matter when, I'm gonna go back home to really do things to make it different. Liberian TV network isn't the only thing I'm gonna have in Liberia. I'm gonna really get involved in Liberia development. And so, but when we are encouraging other people to go back home, they don't see it. But somebody like my friend here, African American from the United States, went back and make this place her home and decided to stay there and just having great time in Africa. This should really encourage us to go, no matter who is in power. I think one of the mistakes that many Liberians make is that they just don't like the country, and when they don't like the leader, they don't like to they just generally they just feel like, oh, because Liberia is like that person in power, they're not doing a good job. We all need to go to play a part. The more we get involved in Liberia, the more our country will be good. You can leave Liberia, go to a different country and become an American, become a whoever, you are still a Liberian. I'm not politically, don't get me wrong, I don't have a specific political party that I'm committed to. But one good thing the president said that I know during his speech was, one, if you were once a Liberian, you are always a Liberian. For me, I think that makes sense. If you are once a Liberian, you're always a Liberian. Whether Liberians accept you or not, whether they have the dual citizenship or not, whatever it is, we Liberians need to really get involved. I have a other YouTube channel called the Jeffy T channel. That channel is more about going to different places in America and showing people some of the places here, the tourist attraction and all of this. And the reason is to show people how much these people put in, how much effort they make. Some of the places you go, it's not the government that do something about it. There are people that really do it. When I go to a place and stay in a five-star hotel, I try to Google it and see how this hotel was built, of how the hotel got started. And I learned that their hotel got started through a private company, and that private business started by an American citizen. So what I'm trying to say is that people just don't sit back and complain that Republican is not Republican president is not doing good or Democrat president is not doing good. They still make effort in their country. We, most of us living abroad, should not abandon Liberia. We should try our best to go back home and make it different. I know I've been preaching this over and over, and I'm not home right now, but I know that one way or the other, I'm gonna go home. I know I'm gonna make the difference. Whether you believe it or not, you will see. I'm here in the US, and I have few people already every month that receive pay and that receive salary from me. They and their at least they are providing for their family through that. And I want to do even more. And you can do the same. No matter what you start, whether you hire two persons in Liberia, those two persons can help their family. They can send their child to school, learn better education, and then help Liberia grow. So for me, I think I will always encourage people. This is why I brought this lady on the show, a person who is considered American, decided that, you know what, I'll drop everything that I have here and go back to Africa and stay there and start school and start different businesses there, and just enjoy Africa. Eh, How about you, who is actually from there? Why would you not want to go back there and enjoy yourself there? Why will you not go there and start businesses? One thing I learned from people there is that the people that went there and came back, friends that I know, if you go to Liberia, don't go there with the intention of, I'm going there to enjoy everything is will be perfect. Don't go there with that mindset. Go there with a mindset of, okay, certain things may not work out, some things might work out. If you go there like that, I think you will really have a great time. This lady went to Africa. She was there before, and recently she decided to go back after the war in Africa. Said that how there was a lot of development going on, things were, because of the war, a lot of things got destroyed. However, she knows that she didn't go with the intention of, oh, I'm gonna just go there, relax, and enjoy myself. She knew that the country needed education when she first went there, so she started schools. Now she's going there with something else where she can help the youth. So I think if we have this mindset where we don't just, in which we don't just go to Liberia to say, I'm just going to Liberia, build my house and enjoy myself and not help anybody else, I think we will be disappointed. But if we go there and say, you know why? I'm going to Liberia. I want to help many people. I really want to start businesses. I want to even start a school. I want to donate to nonprofit organization. I think if we go there and start doing something there, we will actually things will change in Liberia and we will feel good in Liberia. If we go there with a mindset that, oh, Liberia is not like America, Liberia is not like England, Liberia is not like Canada, or Liberia is not like other big countries that you stay in China or wherever. Liberia is a country that's still trying to build after 14 years of civil war. There are a lot of challenges there. We hope that the government do better. We hope that city mayors do better to at least do some of the basic stuff like cleaning their cities. But at the same time, we have to go there with the mindset of trying our best to make the difference. So for me, this is just what I want to say today. You guys should really, hopefully, I hope that you guys check out the other interview that I'm going to be doing with She Speaks To. I keep saying Showcase of Liberia. This girl, I want to have her on my show. Hopefully, she'll email me. I will have a chat. Um, I'm going to speak with She Speaks To. She's supposed to come on my show. She went to Liberia. She's a Liberian and she has a YouTube channel also, and a lot of people watch the video. When she was in Liberia, she used to go to different places showing Liberia. And when she came back, she tried to tell her experience in Liberia. Some people were not happy with her because they said that she was saying bad things about Liberia. For me, I just want to bring her so she can, tell her story and tell what she thinks and how she feels. Um, She Speaks To will be on the show today in few hours after 12 within the next 6 7 hours. She will be on the show. We already scheduled that. If you haven't subscribed Liberian TV network, please subscribe, and every video and show that we do, you will see them. Like I always say, the Liberian TV network is something that really gonna be a media platform in Liberia, an online platform, and other thing that my goal is to turn this into a TV station. So you guys keep watching Liberian TV network. Subscribe. If you subscribe, and the more you keep watching, the more you will get all the information as time goes by. The plan is to really set up something good, but please be patient with us. Everything takes time. Um, if you haven't followed my other YouTube channel, it's called the Jeffy T channel, which I go to different places in the US here and show people some of the places that we live. I know you are thinking that why would you showcase America? I'm not showcasing America. I'm just trying to show you places that when you are visiting, you know where to go. So let me put the channel out there so you got to see it, what I'm talking about. You can go check it out. It's called the Jeffy T channel. I always share the video sometime. If you type that on YouTube, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. Um, I hope you guys continue to watch Liberian TV Network. If you have any question before I go, you can comment. I just want to say thank you to my friend Showcase of Liberia for getting involved in our life. I can't wait to interview her here. I can't wait to go to Liberia. She's like a little sister to me, really. She's like a little sister. I'm not the only person who is big fan of her. Even our friend Zawad DM is a big fan of her. Um, because she is very serious. I think when Zawadi M were interviewing her, um, she said that somebody told her to start a YouTube channel. That's how she started a YouTube channel. But the way the girl took charge so far, every day she will post a video. Every time she's not like one of those people like a turtle. Like you have to put fire on her back before they move. She's been doing it and doing it and doing it. Sometimes she posts more videos every day. And so for me, I think she's very serious, and I like that in everybody. So yeah, if you haven't check out my other YouTube channel. I go to different places. Sometimes driving, sometimes just walking around. Sometimes I go to some homeless places. I try to show people things that they don't know. I know some of our people back home they think that when you're in America, everything is great, And money, when you don't send them money, they get disappointed or whatever. So I sometimes when I go to the homeless slump, I try to show these things to tell you that no, there are people here that struggle because even America is really hard, especially where I live, California. If you want to live somewhere better, you should expect yourself paying like $2,800 for one apartment. If you pay like even a little studio will cost you $1,500. If you want to live in a fancy neighborhood, you will be paying like $3,000. This is the reason that most of us want to go back to Liberia, work hard, go back to Liberia because the money you are spending here, trust me, you can build yourself a luxury home in Liberia. And so the other channel that I'm showing you right now that is on the screen, the Jeffy T channel, is more about me going to different places, showing you different places, sometimes good, bad, homeless, or just the downtown area. Just trying to show you some of the places that we go here and some of the good places that we show you. It's very expensive. The last time I was in Beverly Hills, trying to show people Beverly Hills, and it's one of the places that whole city. If you want to live there in an apartment, expect yourself paying like $3,000, $4,000 if you live in a fancy apartment, maybe $10,000. And man, there's a little apartment that I show on my channel. It's not an apartment, a house, a little house, 3 bedroom, but very tiny house. And the guy said it was $1.3 million. And I was like, wow. So I told my friends Awadi M, she said that apartment, that house, that $1.3 million, you can even build 10 houses in Liberia. And that's truth. I mean, if I would spend that kind of money here, why can't I just go spend it in Liberia and get more houses? If I would buy a house here, why can't I really invest in Liberia to build a nice apartment complex that and just be set for life? If you are lucky enough to build good apartment complex that people start renting with a lot of units, you can be set for life. So for me, I just want to always encourage people to go to Liberia. It's not about who is in power. Liberia is our country. If you are in the USA every day, you worry that police will come and do something to you. If you're a green card holder, every day you worry. If you drive a little bit and that crazy police pull you over to give you tickets, you might be done. In Liberia, you're there doesn't mean you'll break the rules. However, you people will treat you. It will be a little bit different. You feel like you are there, you are home. At least if somebody treating you, it's not because you are black, it's because it's different. It's just that person, individual. So for me, I always encourage people to go back home, and I will leave by example soon. Trust me, I will. I'm planning it, and I'm gonna go at the right time. One of the big things that coming up for me, the American having their Super Bowl, which is the football game, and I learned I'm gonna be working on it. You know, besides Liberian TV network, I work in media here, media and production. So I'm supposed to be working on that. Once it's over, then we will see what happened from there. But I'm grateful to all my viewers that are always watching when we are having a live show. I want to be grateful to my friend Diana, who came on the show and she gave her experience about living in Liberia in Africa in general, which is Cote d'Ivoire mostly. And I just want to, I hope a lot of you will be inspired to go back home. Um, Thank you for watching. I think I'm gonna end this. I've been here for a long time now. I need to end this and get prepared for She Speaks To, this girl. I think a lot of people watch her a lot on her YouTube channel. A lot of people are looking forward to watching her, and I can't wait to interview her. Hopefully, we will have a great show. So go and rest. Get your popcorn ready. Get your everything ready. We will interview the we will interview She Speaks To. If you haven't subscribed my other YouTube channel, please subscribe it. The name is right there on the screen. It's called the Jeffy T channel, which again I go to different places in the US that we stay, and I try to show you different type of video, different places. So please support your Liberian brother. That channel has a great chance of going bigger than even Liberian TV network because I have people watch it from different countries. I mean, people send me messages from China, Japan, Russia, England, France. Say I started posting video recently, people been sending me stuff. So the channel will also help represent Liberia in a way, in the sense that the more subscribers I start getting, the more people will get to know where Liberia is. Because sometimes in my videos, I would say, my name is Jeffy T. I'm from Liberia. So this channel will really represent Liberia. The more I get people get to know me, and it's going to be more about traveling to different places, different countries. Once I get more followers out here, then I can go to Africa and start showing Africa more, showing Liberia, showing different countries, African countries, so that people that didn't know will know. There's somebody who sent me a message and said, "Wow, you're from Liberia. Where is Liberia?" Then another person would say, "Wow, you're from Liberia." I Google and I got to learn like I learned interesting stuff about Liberia. So far, it's like my little channel. The subscribers are not big yet, but so far the channel is really representing Liberia, and I'm so happy to have somebody say, "I never knew Liberia," and now watching your channel, you said Liberia, and I Google it, and I got to know Liberia. So I'm hopefully I can't wait for it to be big to really promote Liberia big time. One of the good things that will be different from Liberian TV and that channel is I will get more people that are not from Liberia in to watch. And then that's when I will start talking more and more about Liberia and people get to know. So it will be that channel will also be used to showcase Liberia because if I start telling people, hey, I'm from Liberia, they will start knowing Liberia. And I want to use it to represent. So people, please subscribe that channel. I want to grow it to 100K subscribers, grow 1 million subscribers. 10 million subscribers, then I can say, okay, I'm okay. But imagine it's like every other YouTube channel, if I start getting like 1 million subscribers and I keep telling people I'm from Liberia. Sometimes I'll joke on the channel like, hey, I hope you guys can understand me. I have my Liberian accent. I'm from Liberia, West Africa. So for me, I'm one of those proud Liberians that are not afraid to say I am from Liberia. So anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to come back for our sister. She Speaks Too. She has a YouTube channel called She Speaks Too. She's supposed to come here. She's Liberian. If you see our thumbnail that we prepared for the show, I have the Liberian flag in the back. This is the first time probably I did that. Maybe whenever I interview a Liberian now, I'll try to do that. Um, Anyway, I hope you guys come by for the show and listen to what she has to say. If you're one of those people that were angry when she said the reason I left Liberia and she was saying stuff, and you guys, if you're not happy with her, you can come and watch the show and she will tell you how she feels, why she said that. But she planned, I don't want to give it all away, but she planned to go back to Liberia. So all of these things, we will contact her and talk to her and see what's up. I hope you enjoy the show. Have a great day. Bye bye.